First of all, I'm glad to see you all today, and it is my privilege to be here. So we're going to have a fun lesson with you guys today, and I hope that you guys learn everything that we're here to teach you. All right, so first thing I want to mention to you guys is that we're starting a new unit in Reader's Workshop. Who already knows that? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Excellent. So you guys are aware. Now, this unit is going to be about informational text. Now, Miss Amy informed me that at the beginning of the year, you guys went over something called text features. Now, if you don't remember what text features are, that's okay. We're just going to play a little 2-minute game to see if you guys can keep up it and remember what text features are. Or at least 2 of them that we're going to cover today. Okay, so I have a question. And I don't want you to raise your hand to give me the answer or blurt it out. I want you to turn to your partner or someone next to you and whisper your answer into their ear. Okay? So here's my question. Everyone has a book here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's pretend, Mr. Early, I went to the library, I got a new book, and I want to know where all the chapters are listed in the book. Where would I go in my book to find this information? I want you to whisper in the person's ear next to you. Okay, I'll give 5 more seconds. All right. Class?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to call on 2 people, 1 boy, 1 girl. Here. Where would I go? Table of contents. Okay.
Table of contents.
You guys are correct. I would go to the table of contents. Does anyone have a book they can hold up and show me what the table of contents looks like? You here. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so today we're going to be learning a little bit more about this. Mr. Early is not going to go into detail. Miss Amy is going to bring this to you guys. And I hope today that you completely understand how important this is and why and how we need to use it. Okay, guys? So Mr. Early is going to step back and Miss Amy is going to come.
All right, put your books back under your bottoms. Under your bottoms. All right, so we were talking about this before. So today we're going to focus on 2 specific nonfiction text features. First one is the table of contents, because I feel like it's very important to know what you're looking for when you're reading or about to read a book or looking for specific areas in a book. The second one we're going to talk about is the headings. I have discussed this already about headings, where the information is talking about, kind of like a title, and what the information below is going to be about, to make sure that you're not going through the entire book, reading from left to right, finishing it, when you could just located the information accurately. Okay? All right. So we're gonna do a little thing called a strategy today, and Miss Courtney is going to teach you what we're going to do in our book. Okay? So this strategy is called Zoom In, Learn More. Okay? My M got a little mixed up. So it looks like this. Okay, what do you see in the picture with the little, what's that thing called that you zoom in with? Yes? Magnifying glass. Okay? You zoom in, things get larger. You see more details. That was the purpose and the goal of this lesson. Okay? So for instance, I'm going to show you my strategy using the table of contents. My post-it note is pretty big, but it's covering something. But I'm going to find out and locate it because it says what at the top? Okay, wonder what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncover the image and I'm going to see what this book's about. Okay, so let me uncover, let's zoom in. I'm going to zoom in with my magnifying glass. Okay, we talked about this book, but I want to just go over. There's a lot of information here. So I'm going to locate a specific part of the book and I'm going to turn to it and I'm going to use this again for the heading part, okay? Does that make sense? Yes, you're going to have this in your own. Okay, so what can you tell by looking at the table of contents? I know it's far distance, but those who are in the front, who can tell me what this book might have about or what be about? Hannah.
It could be about girls because they
We know this book is about gorillas, but when I'm going deeper into detail and locating more information, Khadijah.
Thank you so much.
How they survive, how they eat, they live. So, like I said, is this about another animal? No. So when I'm locating information and I want to know more about gorillas, I probably made a good choice in picking the correct book. Because now I'm going to learn more about gorillas. Yes? Okay? So, table of contents. Everyone knows where the table of contents is located, correct?
Yes.
Where? Where is it? Mustafa. First page usually. Okay? When you open it, usually a page or so, table of contents. Now, I'm going to turn into, let me see. What can be interesting? We talked about adaptations. All right, what do gorillas eat? Okay? I'm going to use my sticky note. I'm covering up the information because I want to show you where the heading is. The heading is where usually on pages in nonfiction text features. Where do you think you would kind of locate them? Hannah?
At the top.
Maybe at the top. Are they bigger or smaller print compared to the rest of the book that you're reading? Maybe big. Maybe something else like bold. You know what bold means? Like thicker letters. Okay? Those would probably be very important information, and if you locate the headings, instead of just going page by page, you locate automatically. What does this heading say?
What do gorillas eat?
Okay, so let me just quickly read to make sure this is what they're talking about. Read, they're eating, okay? I hope this is correct. Gorillas are herbivores, which means they mainly eat plants. Gorillas are not known to kill other animals for food, and few animals attack or feed on gorillas. So, what do you know so far about what I read? They eat. They're what?
They eat plants.
They eat plants. Herbivores is what?
Plants and trees.
Plant eaters. They don't eat what?
Animals.
They don't eat animals, okay?
And some animals eat food.
Okay. The types of plants gorillas eat depend on where they live. Mountain gorillas usually eat green plant parts such as leaves, vines, and stems, and they also eat small fruits and tiny creatures such as worms and snails. So is this heading telling me what they're eating?
Yes.
Yes. So if I need to go back and locate some information, I'm going to zoom in on my heading, and then I'm going to look and read just that paragraph or paragraphs under that heading. Am I going to read through the whole book to find out what gorillas eat? No. Because I want to zoom in, learn more about what gorillas eat by locating the headings and details. It's nonfiction. If you look for stuff like that, the headings will be very important to you. So, now I'm going to move on to Miss Courtney. She's going to do active engagement with the sticky note.
Thank you, Miss Amy. Hi, cutie pies. How are you? Let's get to the fun part where we get to be active and engaged. Third grade is so cool because in third grade, you're not learning how to read anymore, right? You're reading to learn, right? And when you read to learn about new things and become the expert on them, you need some nonfiction books, right? Like, let's say, for example, you were like, oh, I really want to learn about frogs, right? You don't have to wait for your parents or your teacher to assign it. You can just go and read and learn about frogs. But sometimes it's a little hard to, determine where all the information is, what's important. And so, like Miss Amy was saying, we really want you to think about using the table of contents, okay? The word contents, can you say that with me? Contents? Okay, I don't want to hear anybody saying continents, okay? That's for social studies class. Contents are things that are inside of something. So the table of contents is really not a table like you eat on, it's a list of what's inside this book, okay? And the other thing that Miss Amy talked about were headings, okay? So if I was to turn to this big, huge, colorful heading, can you see it in the back?
Yeah.
Anybody have an idea of what this section might be about?
Frog.
Okay, frog food. So what we're going to do today is we're going to practice zooming in, okay? And I have the directions right here so you can everybody see. Okay, so here's my big magnifying glass because we're going to zoom in, look really closely, and we're going to go on a text feature hunt. Are you ready to hunt for a text feature?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the text feature that you're going to be hunting for, actually two of them. I would like you to find a heading, maybe several headings, and I want you to find the table of contents. Now, sometimes the table of contents is just listed as contents, okay? And you know that it's at the beginning. Then I want to know, after you've zoomed in, like we're zoomed in on my turtle here, what did you learn from the text feature? Did you learn something new? Did it help you just to organize your brain around what you were going to be reading? Right? Like, oh, okay, click, this part's about frog food, right? This part's about the frog life cycle. Like it kind of organizes your brain a little bit, getting you ready for that. Okay, is that what you learned, or did you actually learn something new in the text feature? Okay. When we get into table of contents, right, we learn about what's in the book and how the author is presenting the information. But let's practice. Are you ready? If you don't have your nonfiction book here, that's okay, because you can just share with the person that's in your book. Does that sound good? All right, so you can work together. I want you to find a heading. I want you to find a table of contents. Okay, I want you to zoom in on them and be prepared to show us what are you learning from those things.
You have 1 minute,
Okay?
and then you're gonna turn and talk to your partner what you found.
Okay, readers, are you ready? Go hunting. Okay, go back to my husband, borrow this one.
Teachers, this is a good time to listen in.
Okay, so read it and see what you learn from it. Is that nonfiction? It has to be nonfiction. Did you bring a book? It has to be information.
Try to find it, guys, and you're gonna tell your partner what you found.
Share with someone if you don't have one.
Okay, that doesn't really look like nonfiction. Is that not nonfiction? Okay, so you want to borrow my nonfiction book? There's another one. Yeah, that's it. All right, so let's have the scorpion that you outside and use the gorillas, and then I'll take the country students.
Okay, what about here? You have your book?
All right. So,
there?
looks like you guys know this is fiction. Okay, so
Do you have the table?
there you go. All the contents right
Where
here.
is it?
Okay,
Couple more minutes. Look for those table of contents.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Can you find the heading?
Okay, zoom in on it. What are you going to learn? Okay.
Yeah, so what do you think that paragraph is going to be about? What does that say?
How are we doing over here?
So that paragraph is going to tell you what,
This is a
that's the headings do, they tell you what you're about to read. They give you information.
Okay, so you guys want to
They tell you what the page is going to be about. So did you find the heading?
okay, we need to find someone who does.
Turn into
Okay, well, the activity is a non-fiction. Okay.
That's a heading, yeah.
It's telling you what this.
All right, turn back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got about a few seconds to share with your partner what you found and what it's about. So you got about 20 seconds. Share.
Which text feature?
What text feature did you find and what was it about when you used it? Go ahead and go quickly.
So what text did you show me? Okay, there's your table. Where which heading did you want? Oh, what are primates? Yeah, so this is
Okay. Good. Good. So when the rain came up, you found out the table of contents, and then what did you do?
what about you?
Yeah. Yes. And what did you look at when you got here?
Miriam.
Yes. And once you read the heading, what did it tell you?
All right, bring it back together. 5, 4,
Hunters? Good job, Hunters.
So, was everybody successful in their hunt? Yes. So what did you learn? Somebody tell me what you learned. Yeah.
I learned that the frog and toad, frog was sitting on this.
Oh, I'm going to stop you there because thank you. Actually, what I meant to say was, what did you learn about text features that we taught you today? What did you learn about the text features of, what are they called again, the two?
Table of
contents and heading. What did you learn, Ruben?
I learned that it could be very special in your life. To
The-
identify new things.
Okay, it's very special in your life. Why is it special and why do you think it's special? Yeah.
Because it can tell you some of the it can tell you the things that will happen in the book.
Perfect. So in the table of contents, it'll tell us things that will happen in the book, right? What about the headings? What do the headings do? Yeah.
They're the headings that teach you about whatever you're reading.
Right. So you've learned two things. The table of contents has the names of the chapters, and the chapters are usually the headings, and then you learn more information about that as you read it. Nice job, you guys. I was listening and hearing a lot of good information. Thank you.
All right, guys. So now when you go off to do your independent reading in your books, please try to use those strategies that the teachers have taught you today, okay? And if you are using those strategies, the thing we learned today, which is to zoom in, find those text features, and think about what you learned from them, while you're using that, let someone know, let a teacher know. When Miss Amy comes back in and says, Miss Amy, I used our strategy today, okay? If you do not have an informational piece of text today to read, I might suggest that you grab one today, just for today, okay? Make sure you let Miss Amy know so she can put it back and you guys can get everything situated. But for today's independent reading, please go and use that strategy we talked about today, okay, learners? You may go.